Still waiting for word on if or when President Trump will be briefed on this. Bringing in now Fox News terror analyst Waleed Phares. Waleed, nice to talk to you, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, well, we won't shed any tears over Blind Sheikh's death and wish him ill and gone. But as you think about this is sort of the end of an era, really. He was one of the original jihadists, dating all the way back to the attack on Sadat.
Actually, that's true. He belonged to Al-Jama'ah, which, as you just introduced now, is one of the components that later on formed the international jihadi movement and merged into Al-Qaeda. Yes, indeed. He was there during the 80s, and he was pursued by Egyptian authorities. And as we all know, he was the mastermind of the first attack on the Twin Towers in 1993. But more important, he has been a symbol, an ideological symbol. And his name has been mentioned for the last decades now in the chat rooms across the board, not just Al-Qaeda or Jama'ah, but among all jihadists around the world.
Well, among ISIS, among Al-Qaeda as well. When I was in Cairo during the revolution 2011 and then during the election of Mohammed Morsi 2012, it was his group who was leading a lot of the Muslim Brotherhood and Salafists. This video we shot right outside the U.S. Embassy. It was a protest organized by his son for Blind Sheikh to be released. We also saw Mohammed Morsi, who was briefly the president of Egypt, call for his release as well. Now that he's dead, Waleed, does he stay a rallying cry, or do the jihadis need to find some other cause to celeb?
Actually, he will stay, and he will become one of the symbols, and dead, he may be as dangerous as alive, not by himself, of course, but by the fact that the jihadi propaganda machine now will be unleashed, first of all, saying that he died in prison in the United States, so they're going to create a sort of a narrative of revenge and retaliation. They may call some operation somewhere in the world under his name. So he's now material. He's an ideological material for jihadi groups around the world, especially that he was organizing the first attack against the Twin Towers, which is a very important issue for jihadists worldwide, homeland security-wise.
Yeah, it's something we saw Osama bin Laden talk about during his years as well. Waleed, appreciate your insights as well. Hopefully we won't have to have you back to talk about anything that happens in Blind Sheikh's name, but we appreciate your insights.
Thank you for having me.